Chinese robots have dominated the moon, and what they discovered there could forever change humanity's future on Earth. Did you know there's a side of the moon we never see from Earth? And that exactly on this hidden side, the Chinese made discoveries that are rewriting everything we knew about our natural satellite? While you watch this video, there are machines working silently on the lunar surface, collecting samples from a world that holds secrets from billions of years ago. Secrets that could give us clean and unlimited energy. Secrets that could explain how our own planet was formed. And even more impressive, secrets that could make a permanent lunar base viable. Let's start with something that will surprise you. Earth is weird. Not just because we have life here, but because our Earth-Moon system is unique in the solar system. Think about it. Venus, which is almost identical to Earth in size and weight, has no moon at all. Mars has 2 moons, but they're so small you could fit both inside the city of Chicago. Jupiter, which is 318 times larger than Earth, has moons the same size as ours. That doesn't make sense, right? And here's the first clue to the mystery. When Apollo astronauts brought lunar rocks back in the 70s, scientists discovered something unexpected. The moon's rocks were almost identical to Earth's rocks. How is this possible if they formed separately? It's like finding 2 identical twins on opposite sides of the universe. The most accepted theory today is called the Great Impact. Imagine this. About 4.5 billion years ago, a Mars-sized planet collided with primitive Earth. The impact was so violent that it literally melted both planets. The force of the collision hurled a gigantic piece of Earth into space, while the invading planet was absorbed into our core. That hurled piece became our moon. Modern computers ran millions of simulations and confirmed this is probably the moon's origin. It is literally a piece of Earth that separated and evolved alongside us. Fascinating, isn't it? But here's where the story gets even more interesting. In the last 5 years, while other nations focused on other projects, China invested heavily in lunar exploration, and they were smart. Instead of just repeating what Americans did decades ago, the Chinese went straight to the moon's most mysterious place, the far side.
In 2019, the Chang'e 4 mission became the first terrestrial spacecraft to land on the moon's far side. What they found there challenged everything we thought we knew. Unlike the side we see from Earth, full of dark areas of ancient lava, the far side is bright, gray, and covered with impact craters. But the most surprising discovery came when the Yutu-2 rover found something that had never been seen before: rocks from the moon's mantle. This is the moon's deep interior, the layer between the crust and the core. Apollo astronauts never brought anything like this home. And in 2021, this same rover photographed something that made the world stop for a few weeks: a cube-shaped structure on the lunar horizon. Could it be an alien construction? The monolith from 2001: A Space Odyssey? No, it was just a rock with a peculiar shape. But for a few days, we all believed we had finally found evidence of extraterrestrial life. In 2024, China went even further. The Chang'e 6 mission brought to Earth the first samples from the moon's far side. And here's where things get really interesting. The material from the far side is completely different. It's brighter, thicker, stickier, and has a unique texture. But the discovery that could change everything was a new mineral named Changesite. This transparent crystal, smaller than a hair strand, contains helium-3. And why is this important? Because helium-3 is considered the fuel of the future. When we develop nuclear fusion reactors, this element could generate clean and unlimited energy without dangerous radiation or radioactive waste. Helium-3 comes directly from the sun and is deposited on the lunar surface by solar winds. We don't have this on Earth because our magnetic field protects us from these winds, which is great for keeping us alive, but bad for collecting helium-3. And there's more. Chang'e 5 found water on the moon. Not just traces of hydrogen and oxygen, but complete H2O molecules. And it wasn't in dark craters as we expected, but next to a volcano. This means water might be available in many more places on the moon than we imagined. This discovery changes everything about the possibility of establishing permanent lunar bases. If there's water spread throughout the moon, we don't need to limit ourselves to specific regions. We can build wherever it's most convenient.
But perhaps the most intriguing discovery is about the age of lunar rocks. The Chinese found volcanoes that were active much more recently than any theory predicted. Rocks from only 2 billion years ago, when we expected to find much older material on the far side. This means the moon remained hot and geologically active for much longer than we thought. And this questions our great impact theory. If the moon is smaller than Earth, it should have cooled faster, especially on the side that doesn't receive heat from primitive Earth. But that's not what happened. You know what this makes me think? That we still know very little about our own cosmic backyard. Apollo astronauts, even with their lunar cars, explored only 15.5 square miles of the lunar surface. That's less than 1/5 the size of Disney World. Imagine if aliens visited only Disney and then said they knew all of Earth. That's exactly what we were doing with the moon. But now, thanks to Chinese missions, we're finally getting to know the other side of the story. And this other side is showing us that the moon isn't the dead and cold rock we thought it was. It has valuable resources, accessible water, and a much more complex and recent history than we imagined. China isn't just studying the moon out of scientific curiosity. They're creating the foundations for permanent human habitation on our satellite. While Apollo managed to take people to the moon for a few days, establishing a permanent base requires much deeper knowledge of the lunar environment. And that's exactly what Chinese robots have been doing for years. They're mapping resources, testing soil, identifying the best locations for construction, and discovering how to extract water and other essential materials. What impresses me most is how these discoveries are interconnected. Helium-3 for future energy, water for sustaining life, young rocks that reveal a geologically active moon, and unique minerals that may have applications we can't even imagine yet. Each new Chinese mission adds a piece to the puzzle, and the picture that's emerging is of a moon much more interesting, valuable, and habitable than any of us dreamed. So next time you look at the moon in the night sky, remember that there are machines working there right now, unveiling secrets that could transform humanity's future. And all of this is happening on the side we never get to see from Earth. The space race didn't end in 1969 with Apollo 11. Actually, it has just begun. And this time, whoever is leading has a long-term vision that goes far beyond just planting a flag and coming home. If you were as fascinated as I was by these lunar discoveries, leave your like on this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any news about space exploration. And since we're talking about space mysteries, how about finding out what really happened to Voyager 1 probe after 47 years in space? Click on the video that's appearing on your screen now. Until the next journey through the cosmos.